welcome back to BeBRCAbrave. Today I want to tell you about what I've been up to the last 2 weeks. I also want to tell you that if you haven't seen my first video, please go check it out. It's in the description below. The link is in the description below. But also have a look at Leilani's whole story. She's been sharing on the BeBRCAbrave Facebook page her story as well. So please go check that out. In my first video, I just go through my journey on discovering what BeBRCAbrave is, what the BRCA gene is, and how I came about finding out that I tested positive for the BRCA gene mutation. Please note, disclaimer, I am no healthcare professional. I only did my own research, so please do your own research. If you have any questions, ask. I will look it up for you as far as I can, or ask somebody that is a professional that has more knowledge about this. And also with these videos, our intention is to educate and empower other ladies. Today, I want to discuss with you what the BRCA gene is, what your options are if you are a carrier, and a whole bunch of those things. So let's get to it. So the BRCA gene, as I understand it, is a genetic mutation that gets carried over generationally, right? So it doesn't skip a generation. And if you are a girl or a lady, it doesn't mean that if your dad and your grandfather and great-grandfather only had prostate cancer that you are exempt, because there are a bunch of cancers that is affiliated with the BRCA gene. So please don't think that if you are a girl and all the males in your family had cancer that you are exempt, right? So how it works is if you have the mutation, it means that your body can't fight against cancer cells if they should develop. It doesn't mean that you have cancer. Please understand that. It means that you are at a higher risk of developing cancer somewhere in your life. If one parent has the BRCA gene mutation, all of his or her children have a 50% chance of inheriting that mutation. So in short, if you have the BRCA gene, it means that your body doesn't really recognize cancer cells and then doesn't fight it if they develop. So that is, in a nutshell, what the BRCA gene is. No, please don't fear. Because God is on your side and you are His child and He will never leave you nor forsake you. Knowing if you are a carrier of the BRCA gene should not make you fearful, right? It should empower you. By knowing, you can take action before it's too late, and that is power. You should not sit on your hands and just wait for whatever life throws at you and wonder if somewhere in your life you'll get cancer. So it just gives you the opportunity to say, I don't want to gamble with my life, and there are certain things that I can do to make sure that I prolong my life. No, the BRCA gene is only one of many genes that you can inherit, but if you know about it, it's one that you can do something about, especially if you are a lady. You can do more extensive tests if you like, just to see that other spheres are also clean or eliminated. So you can inherit a bunch of things. I mean, you can inherit cholesterol or other things. So when you go for the BRCA gene test, they don't just let you do the bloods and test and there you go on your way. They basically do a whole genetic counseling with you first, where they sit down with you, they explain to you what the BRCA gene is, why it is dangerous. They explain to you a whole bunch of things, where it comes from, what nationality gene it is. It's a whole bunch of things. But what is important is they sit down with you, they go through your whole family tree, go up to your great-grandfather if you have that information, your brothers, your sisters, your aunts, your uncles, and they look at a comprehensive family tree and see if you are at risk. So if you do go, please take as much information as you can so that they can make an informed decision on what exactly you should get tested. Then they give you a form to take to AMPATH and you get some quick blood tests done, nothing out of the ordinary, and then you wait and you pray. So after 6 weeks you get your results back. If it's positive, they have a chat with you again, and they explain to you exactly what it means, and they explain to you what your options are. So what I've learned in the last 2 weeks is that I am not silly for looking for options. I'm not silly and thinking that something could happen to me. I've learned that it is a dangerous gene to play with. I learned that changing your lifestyle can decrease your risks. So when I sat down with the genetic counselors, they were also a gynecologist there, a counselor, the lady from AMPATH. They did advise me that the very best option would be a double mastectomy. I actually already knew about that and did my research about it before I even got the positive test back. They explained that the double mastectomy will take away 90% of the risk of developing cancer. So if I have a 70% risk and I go for the double mastectomy, the surgery option, this will go down to like 3% and unmeasurable for the rest of my life for breast cancer, right? Only one of the risks. For me, that odds sounds good. So then I went ahead and I went to speak to a surgeon. He explained to me for an hour and a half. I had a consultation. We spoke about the different surgeries that he could perform, the recovery times, the surgery, how long the surgeries would be, what exactly you would do, would it be invasive, would it not, could it be non-invasive. So we spoke about everything. So I also went to an integrative medicine doctor where he tested all my blood, my hormones, my vitamin levels, everything that you can think of that is possible in South Africa. And we basically came to a conclusion where he said if my mind is made up about the surgery, then he says go for it 100%. Because even though my cancer levels are looking good right now, he says in the past he has sat down with ladies where there's no indication of cancer at the moment, and they change their lifestyle for a few months and then decide to continue eating sugar for the rest of their life, and then they get very aggressive cancer, and they would never have been able to say that would have happened back when they tested. So for me, I decided I want to do a combination of the two. So I got a bunch of vitamins that I know will help my cancer count. I've asked him about what diet to follow. I asked him about exercise that I can do to just be healthier and wise. I asked him a bunch of questions because I want to be wise with my life from here on out. I feel I'm done with kids, so I am at the beginning of the rest of my life with my family, and I want to go into this and have a new beginning and new life, a new perspective, and just be wise with my life. So surgery might not be for everyone, right? It is quite an extreme decision to make. A lot of ladies prefer not to be cut into, right? Because our bodies are sacred, and it is a massive decision to make and a very brave one. But I had to consider looking at my parents and how quickly their cancer spread when they found it. I looked at other ladies that passed away unnecessarily that I knew, and I want to do the best that I can to preserve my life for my family, for my kids, and to run boldly for Jesus for the rest of my life. So this is what I decided then. I decided for me would be the best to change my lifestyle. And I think what I would do, I'm going to try and promise this, that I will try and make weekly videos and see how I change from a very sweet tooth to a fruit tooth. I don't know. I'm gonna see what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna change my diet a little bit, and maybe I'll show you 1 or 2 things that I'm trying to do. I will keep you updated on the doctor appointments that I go to, because it's a very real thing. So I've decided that I need to go for regular checkups. I need to be healthy, healthier, and then I am going for the surgery in the end of the year. I just feel like this year has slowed us down a little bit to look after ourselves, and that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to look after myself this year, and then I can start running very boldly next year. And if you are in the process of becoming a Previver, just like me, a Previver, a preventative survivor, then please let us know. We would love to pray with you, encourage you, maybe send you a t-shirt for your journey. And please, just let us know so we can go through this not alone.